Think about the last time you went on vacation. Did you come back feeling genuinely rested, or did you just come back with a longer to-do list? Something is fundamentally shifting in the way we travel. It's not just about getting away anymore. It's about coming back better. And today, we're diving into the massive industry that's growing around that one simple, powerful idea.
This quote right here, it just nails it. The whole game has changed. People don't just want a bunch of photos for their feed anymore. They want a story to tell, a real feeling that something inside them has actually shifted for the better. And let's be honest, this is the root of it all, isn't it? Modern life is just relentless. We are constantly plugged in, always on, and it's leading to this deep collective burnout. So people are searching for an escape, sure, but not one that just distracts them. They need something that helps them truly heal and reset. So that's the big question, right? If the old model of just seeing the sights is kind of falling behind, what's actually taking its place? What are people really willing to open their wallets for now? Well, the answer is a concept that has absolutely exploded. It's gone from a tiny niche market into a dominant force in global travel. And it's called wellness tourism.
So what exactly is wellness tourism? Well, the definition is surprisingly simple and really, really broad. This isn't just about those week-long yoga retreats in Bali. Nope. It could be a mindful walk through a jungle, an organic cooking class, or, hey, even just a spa day you tacked onto a business trip. If it contributes to your well-being, it counts. And the scale of this movement is, well, it's staggering. Back in 2022, the wellness tourism market was already worth $651 billion. So this isn't some small trend. It is a global economic powerhouse. And it's speeding up fast. Between 2020 and 2022, the market grew at an annual rate of 36%. To put that in perspective, that is way faster than the growth of tourism overall. People are seriously putting their money where their well-being is. So where is all this headed? The Global Wellness Institute is forecasting that the market will cross the $1 trillion mark this year, in 2024. The momentum is just, wow, it's incredible.
But who is this wellness tourist? Well, it turns out there are really two types. You've got your primary traveler. That's the person you probably picture, going on a dedicated meditation retreat. But the real story here is the secondary traveler. These are people on a regular trip, but they just decide to add some wellness into it. And get this, they make up 8 out of every 10 wellness tourists. This is where the massive, massive opportunity lies.
And these travelers, they have some serious economic power. A domestic wellness tourist spends, on average, a whopping 175% more than a typical domestic tourist. International ones also spend more, about 41%. You see, they aren't just traveling, they are investing in themselves, and they are definitely willing to pay a premium for it.
And this isn't just happening in one place. The United States is the clear leader, no doubt, accounting for nearly 40% of all spending. But just look, you can see strong markets all across Europe. This is a truly global phenomenon.
Okay, so we've seen the billion-dollar numbers, but what does this stuff look like in the real world? What are people actually doing? Well, the answers are incredibly diverse and honestly pretty creative.
Take Finland, for instance. They're taking the ancient practice of sauna and giving it a totally modern rebrand. It's not just about the heat anymore, it's being positioned as a powerful remedy for the loneliness crisis. These social saunas are places to connect, to talk, and to trigger the release of all those feel-good hormones like endorphins.
Meanwhile, over in Newport Beach, California, they're tapping into something called blue mind theory. It's this science-backed idea that just being near water makes us healthier and happier. So luxury resorts are packaging this concept into these unique experiences, everything from coastal hikes to therapeutic cold plunges.
And I absolutely love this one. In Oaxaca, Mexico, there's a travel company targeting the wellness curious. People who are maybe a little intimidated by those hardcore retreats. They offer a mindfulness and margaritas trip. So yeah, it starts the day with yoga and intention setting, but it ends it with cultural exploration, amazing food, and yes, even mezcal. It's wellness that feels approachable and fun.
Okay, so we've seen the why, the what, and the where. Now let's get practical. How can businesses, especially tour operators, actually tap into this trillion-dollar wave?
The strategy here is actually brilliantly simple. You don't have to invent something completely new. You can just transform what you already offer. A standard half-day jungle trek for $40, that becomes a mindful jungle wellness experience for $89, just by adding some guided breathing and a new name. That simple rebrand can more than double the price.
So here's the playbook for any operator listening. Step 1, infuse wellness into what you already do. Step 2, partner up. You don't have to be a yoga master yourself, bring in the experts. Step 3 is where it gets really exciting. Create hybrids that combine adventure and restoration. And finally, step 4, package it all up beautifully and make it super simple to book online.
And these wellness, adventure hybrids, this is where the magic really happens. When you combine an active thing with a restorative thing, you create a unique, high-value experience. You know, island hopping is generic. But mindful mangrove kayak with floating breathwork? Now that is an experience that stops the scroll.
So after all the numbers, all the examples, and the strategies, what's the one big takeaway from this massive shift in travel? What's the final destination here?
It really comes down to this. The product isn't just a destination or an activity anymore. The most valuable thing you can sell in modern tourism is the promise of personal change. That promise that a traveler is going to return home feeling different, feeling better.
Ultimately, the future of this industry presents a very clear choice. Businesses can keep fighting over pennies on a $30 bus tour, or they can lead the wave and start creating $300 wellness experiences. The $1 trillion wellness wave is here. The only real question left is, who's ready to ride it?